Good morning. In this video, I'm going to take you with me during a full day of planning and executing tasks based on the GTD system by David Allen. So I'm going to set up my week, do a weekly review, and use my next actions list to pick things to do during the day. And if you've watched my video on how my system works, how it's set up, you may notice that I've abandoned the Traveler's Notebook cover. And that's because I just can't get used to the books hanging on the strings and sort of moving around a little. I just find it hard to write because there isn't one single cover, and I tend not to use the random section because it pisses me off. So I've simply removed the cover and glued 2 notebooks onto my Leuchtturm to make one book. So in total, I have around 400 pages now. But the rest of the system is the same. I still have my time-specific section, at the front. This tab is losing its staying power. I have my next actions section, I have my project section at the back of the Leuchtturm, and I have my random section, which is now, the 2 notebooks I glued on. So on to the planning. It's Monday today, and the first thing I do is to transfer the Today tab from last week's weekly to this week. And as you can see, the weekly is completely empty when I start, except for the number of the week. And that's because I like having a blank slate at the start of a week. It will become super messy at the end, as evidenced by this spread. But I really like the symbolism of a big, vast nothingness full of possibilities. So I never fill in my weeklies in advance because that would ruin the feeling. So on Monday, I start by filling in the dates with the monthly color, green for April. And it's week 15, which starts with the 12th. The second thing I do is to transfer all my mandatory events, meetings and deadlines from the calendar spread to the weekly spread. So I use color-coded pens to signify different projects, and greenish blue, for example, means general at work, and we have a general meeting first thing today. Dark red is for a project where I send a weekly letter every week, every Monday, and I use lighter red here for a project where I need to record some films and have some meetings, host some meetings. There's a film I need to record for a light green project, and there's a dark green project where I need to attend a seminar, and so on. And I have a few deadlines on Friday and Thursday that I've marked with a D in a circle, and 2 birthdays this week that I mark in purple with a little box. It's like a symbol for a present. So that's the weekly spread set up. And the next thing I do is to check my next actions for the week. So I have my next action spreads here. So I have to check each context to see if there's anything I need to do. And here I have the contact list, which is empty right now. Here I have my assessment spread, and there's a lot to do, a lot of things to assess. So this is what I have to concentrate most on this week. I have my computer/write spread, and the listen spread is empty, but I have a few residual actions from last week. Normally, I shouldn't have. But in this case, they were sort of maybe actions that I didn't prioritize very highly. So it would have been good to do them, but I prioritized other things. But I might transfer them to this week's list. And I have my IQ list, which is empty, but I've written post-it. Think of an IQ next action for each sub-project. So maybe I'll do that today. So I check the next actions lists, but I also add to them. So to do that, I check my weekly to see if every deadline and meeting and event and project has its own next action. And I also check coming weeks here in the margin to see if there are projects and deadlines coming up where I can also put next actions to get started on them. So let's see, I have, these are just individual actions. This is an individual action. This I need to write. I need to finish my setup of that meeting. Anyway, more individual actions. Here I have another thing I need to finish the schedule for this meeting, and I need to finish a PowerPoint I'm going to use. That one I don't have to do anything, just attend. Deadline for applications, so that's also a computer thing. I will check if there's anything I do want to apply to. And the film I need to do. I need to write a script for it. Another film I need to make. Write the script for that. Individual action, that's already there. That's already there. Okay, another application. I need to write a personal letter. Is there anything for next week that can wait? That's, yes, this one. So after doing this, I know that my next actions lists are up to date. There's nothing I need to do this week or need to prepare for next week that isn't in my system. And sometimes I also look through the project section of my planner to see, just to remind myself of the big picture and sort of the far horizon, what's coming up. But I did this yesterday, so I'm not going to do it now, but I just look through to see all the sub-projects, my notes about each project. But I tend to do that on Sunday evening because it gives me, I don't know, just a feeling for what's coming up. All right, next I go to my habit tracker. So I'm not going to do all my habits today, but I am going to do my knee exercises and my back exercises. I'm going to try to drink water. I haven't drunk my water for so long, and normally that's the thing I always do. I'm going to clean the bathroom, process some voice memos. I'm going to do the laundry and wash the dishes. Yeah, that's it. And I fill in the weather. It's cloudy today. And it's actually snowing. Huh. Okay. Snowing. And I fill in my energy level. So this morning when I woke up, I snoozed. Snooze. So that's a minus. But now I'm feeling, okay. So a 0. So that's my preparations for the week and the day. And what's next? Well, I have a meeting first thing in the morning, so that's the start of my day. Morgon. All right, that's my meeting done. so I can mark it as done. And it was just information, nothing I needed to do, so I didn't have to add any next actions. I can just cross it off and go about my day. And today, since I have these small actions I need to do, and for the rest I can choose. I don't have any deadlines or more meetings, so I can pick my next actions quite freely based on what I feel like doing and my energy level and what areas are most pressing. I'm normally highest in energy in the morning, so I do the heavy duty stuff then, and then after lunch when I have my food coma, I can do simpler things and go out for a walk and stuff like that. You know, I actually don't have a lot of energy today. Normally I should have energy in the morning, but it's just not happening. Perhaps because of the new moon, I tend to be tired on the new moon. That's why I track it. So I know what's going on. So I am going to do the easy stuff, but maybe not the big heavy duty things. I don't know. And now I got an email as well about, you know, someone wants me to do something, and it's something I don't really want to do, but I have to. So maybe prioritize that. And, you know, it's something that is hard. They want me to check something, and I'm not sure I'm competent to do that. But I am at least going to... I'm writing. I'm going to check the document and the question and see if I need to ask for help from someone else. So that's quite, I mean, that's not very hard to do. Just to check something, see, is this within my, you know, field of competence or not? And then delegate, no, not delegate, but at least ask for help. So sometimes you have to break it down like that. As soon as it's overwhelming, you need to break it down into smaller steps. Why are you dreading this task? Is it boring? Do you feel incompetent? Do you lack clarity about what it involves? What is it? You know, and then you try to solve that problem. Okay, so I did a few simple things. I wrote a post about the meetings I'm going to host this week. I wrote about what they're going to entail, what we're going to do. That was easy. And I checked the courses I wanted to take and applied for them. That was also easy. Then I felt like, you know, I can do something a little bit creative. So I finished my plans for one of the meetings I'm going to host. The discussion questions that I'm going to use, I wrote them down and just organized the whole thing. So I have my schedule ready for Wednesday. There it is. So I'm sort of on a roll now, but I'm not enough of, I don't have energy enough to do assessments. I don't have it in me. So is there anything else I can do on this spread? Perhaps there's a PowerPoint for another meeting on Thursday, so maybe have a look at that. I just want to give myself a big pat on the back because I just wrote the script for my one of my films that I needed to make, and I filmed it. Even though I had no energy after lunch, but then I thought, you know, because I started listening to those documents because that's the only thing I could stand doing. So I washed the dishes and listened to an article, and then I did some knee exercises and listened to something else, and then I thought, you know, this gave me ideas, so I'll just jot down those ideas in the PowerPoint so I don't forget them. And I just went on from there and did the whole thing. So now I can cross off making the PowerPoint. I can cross off recording it. I can cross off writing the script. And the only thing I have left to do is to upload it to a website. Okay, so I have stopped working for the day, and I worked a full hour longer than I was going to, just because it went so well and I wanted to finish it, the film, while I was on a roll. So I uploaded it, and I can cross off this thing that I needed to do before Thursday, and it's just Monday, so everything is a-okay. So let's see, I'm just waiting for a reply here. So I contacted the person I needed to contact. I haven't done any of this, but tomorrow I have a whole day with nothing planned, no meetings, no time-specific stuff, so I can just concentrate on this all day. Hopefully I'll have the energy to do that. Look at how much, oh, I did this as well, upload it. I did almost everything on this list today, and it's for the whole week, so yeah, it feels really good, I have to say. I also listened, as I said, to a couple of articles, so I crossed them off. I haven't done an IQ list. So that's it for work. And let's see. I forgot to... No, actually I did process a voice memo. I did. So I can cross that off. I didn't go for a walk, but I won't either, because it's been snowing the whole day and I just don't want to brave the weather. I still haven't drunk all my water, I haven't done all my exercises, but actually I'm going to put a plus here because I really got going, you know, my energy went right up. So a few habits left to do, but nothing big. And I guess that's it. Oh, I'm going to write a memory for today. So, I'll have a look in my home next actions list, and I have a package to fetch from, you know, where they send stuff. There's a store where you can get your packages, and I won't do that today. And that's all I have this week. Maybe on the dreams. No, nothing on the dreams. So I'm sort of free. So I hope that gave you some ideas or inspiration or whatever. I tried to explain how I use the system. I mean, I have my setup video, and this was the system in use during one day of my life. And well, thank you for watching. That's it.